Hi guys, today we are going to talk about how not to be taken advantage of by the banks or your credit provider because you have failed to make your car repayments. We have seen how the global pandemic has affected jobs, has affected incomes, has affected businesses. So households, millions of households are basically under financial strain, and many people are no longer able to meet their financial obligations, pay back the lenders and things like that. Also understand that I am not a registered financial advisor, neither am I a registered or professional legal advisor. So if you need the services of a registered financial advisor or a registered legal advisor, I suggest you look for a person like that close to where you stay. Okay, so let's get on with the video. This video will outline your rights and the process regarding vehicle or car repossession. That is, if you have failed to make your car repayments. It's important that you understand from the outset that the banks don't have a right to just come and take your car. You must understand from the onset that the banks or your credit provider do not have a right to just come to your house and take your car without due process. Here is what they are supposed to do. If you miss your installment or installments, they are supposed to first of all notify you. They are supposed to first of all legally notify you via a phone call, via SMS, via a letter, some form of communication to notify you that you have failed to make your car installment, and we are giving you so much days, so much weeks, or so much months to get your affairs in order. It differs from bank to bank, from one credit provider to the next. So they are basically supposed to notify you that we know that you failed to make your installment. We're giving you so much a period to catch up with your payments. That's the first thing. It's not like you just missed your car installment and they jump and come and take your car. Now, if you still fail to meet your installment during the period that they've given you, they are still not supposed to come to your house. They are first supposed to issue what's called summons. You basically have a sheriff of court arrive at your house and leave you with a summons. It's basically you are summoned to court to hear the bank so that a judge can determine the situation. Now, you can choose to go to defend yourself, or if you choose not to go, the bank or the credit provider will then get a judgment against you. They'll be handed the judgment against you. That is, if you don't defend yourself. And even if you defend yourself and you lose, the judge determines that you have no strong case, then the credit provider or the bank will then get a judgment against you, and the court issues what's called a warrant of execution. They issue a warrant of execution. It is this warrant of execution that gives the sheriff of court the power to come and take your car. important to understand that only when the sheriff has been given a warrant of execution is he allowed to come and take your car, not the bank. The sheriff of court, armed with a warrant of execution, can come and take your car. Many banks or credit provider, they try to jump or go ahead of this process. So they will lie to you, they will bully you, they will do all sorts of tricks to try and get the car without due process. So you must understand that only the sheriff of court, armed with a warrant of execution, can come and take the car. If you don't want to give back the car, with you are within your rights to not hand over the car if it's not the sheriff of court. If it's anybody else and not the sheriff of court, you are within your rights to not hand over the car. Understand that. What banks do and what these credit providers also do is they'll appoint debt collectors, and these guys, they don't go to court. They will just rock up at your house and they ask you to sign a form and hand over the car. Sometimes people just sign these forms because they don't understand them and they are not sure why the car is being taken. What you are signing is called a voluntary surrender form. It's important that you understand that. Unless you are willing to do that, you can sign that form. But if you are not, again, if it's not the sheriff of court with a warrant of execution, you are within your rights to refuse to sign that form. You are within your rights to not surrender your vehicle. So understand that. But you can also, if you feel like it, voluntarily surrender the vehicle. Say you understand that you are no longer able to meet your car repayments and you are willing to give the car back without court processes or anything like that, you can still do that. The law provides for you to give back that vehicle. So what you need to do is you write a letter to the bank or the credit provider and inform them that you are no longer able to keep with your payments and you want to cancel the contract. After 5 business days of handing in the letter, you must return that vehicle or arrange with your creditor or the bank how the car will be returned. When they get the car, they'll give you a notice. They will send you a written notice setting out their estimated value of the car. So you have written to them that come and take your car. I am no longer able to pay and I don't need it anymore. They are then supposed to come and get the car, or you are supposed to send the car to them, whatever arrangement you make. And after they get the car, they are going to look at the car and they are going to estimate its value after you have driven it. And they are supposed to tell you the value, their estimated value of the car. Basically, their estimated value of the car when they resell it to somebody or at an auction. It's important that you understand this because it determines how much you are still going to have to pay them or not pay them. because you only have 10 days. After they send you this estimate, you have 10 days to decide if the value is too low to take the car back, or if the value is okay to let them keep the car and resell it. What's going to happen if you let them keep the car is then they will sell the car at an auction, or however they sell it. Whatever amount is left from your debt after they sell the car, they will cover your debt. If there is still a shortfall, you are still supposed to make up that shortfall. If they estimate the car will go for so much and they sell it and you still owe them so much, and the car sale is not able to cover that much, you are still legally bound to make that shortfall. However, if they sell the car at a profit and they cover your debt and there is some extra money is left, they are supposed to send you that money. That clears it up. You can still avoid getting your car repossessed. Basically, if you find that you are in trouble, as many people are in this time, you can approach the bank or the credit provider and make a payment arrangement with them. If you choose, you do not want to lose the car because it's an asset to your household, you can still approach your bank or your credit provider and ask for a payment arrangement. And if that fails and you still cannot meet your car repayments, then you might also want to consider if you qualify for debt cancelling. It's important to remember though that once you are under debt cancelling, the only way to change your credit record is to pay off all your short-term credit agreements, because your debt cancelling status will reflect on your credit record and you won't be able to take out any further debt, and this could also have an effect on your ability to rent property in the future. So it's important that you understand that before you resort to debt cancelling. Can you adjust your car repayments? We said you can approach the bank or the credit provider if you are no longer able to make your repayments. As with any credit agreement, you can ask your creditor to adjust your car installments until you are back on your feet. The creditor will reduce your installments and extend the term of your loan. You can also ask your creditor to defer your payment, but this is not advisable because the interest on that loan will not stop accumulating, and that means it will land you into further debt. But the advantage is it will provide you with some financial relief until you get sorted. So I hope this helps you understand car repossession. Nobody is allowed to just come and bully you and take your vehicle. There are due processes. And in many cases, some banks or some credit providers are willing to come to some kind of agreement with you so that you can still keep the vehicle and still meet your financial obligations. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, leave a comment. I'd like to hear what you think. If you want a video on a topic or a subject, leave your suggestion in the comments box below, and share the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Until next time, bye.